Well, welcome back to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me, Tim's a Pilot, here on twitch.tv, broadcasting live from the UK. So it's Jetstream TV on YouTube. So earlier today we had a flight in Nepal which took us out to see Mount Everest and then landing at one of the world's most dangerous airports, which is Paro in the municipality of Bhutan in Nepal. And I thought, okay, well, we'll do a series of videos on this and we'll try some of the most difficult approaches and landings that the world has to offer. So that is why we are taking a flight right now, today, in Honduras in Central America. Toncontin International Tegucigalpa is the destination today. A very, very tricky airport indeed to land into. We've gone with real-time, real-world weather. We're in the Pmdg Boeing 737-600 SAS Bravens livery. So without further ado, we'll have a quick look at the flight plan here. And as we zoom in on the south coast of Honduras, you can see our departure airport here, which is Tamarindo. Mike Sierra 1 Alpha is the ID for that. So we'll be climbing out across a bay there, turning right on our departure. No set departures out of Tamarindo. It just comes straight down to the arrival into Toncontin International. Heading northeast and then straight for the airport, not far at all. But this is the arrival. It's a Gala 1 Alpha TNT, and what it does, it takes a turn off here, as you can see, right the way round, circling round, avoiding all of the high ground in the area, and then at the very last moment over the city of Toncontin, and then a last minute turn down for 02, the runway. So that's the flight. Let's not mess about, let's get into it. Let's see if we can make this flight a little bit shorter than normal. The flight time isn't long at all today, so without further ado, let's hit fly, get the aircraft configured, get up in the sky, and let's see how dangerous this arrival into Toncontin International really is. Just going to turn this TV down a bit. Okay, so here we are on the ground at Tamarindo. And that, I don't know where he's going, but he's looking for somewhere to park up. So we'll just hit ready to fly. We're on the runway, make sure that the parking brakes are on. Parking brake set. Let's just deal with our view. Let's make it more accessible. And there is all of the flight controls that we require. That's all good. So quite a short runway here. I think we'll throw a bit more flap in for the for an easier takeoff, should I say. Okay, so flaps are configured for takeoff. We'll drop the flaps one more, just to give us a little bit more lift, as it's a short runway here. That's fine. And then we'll go into the cockpit. We'll just get configured for departure very quickly. We need to do the FMC as well. So first things first, as we always do in the PMDG, the flight director goes on. The VS speed is set to 2,500 feet per minute on the climb out. That'll do. 10,000 feet. We are currently at 100 feet above sea level, so that's no problem at all. We'll keep it to 10,000 for the initial climb out. I'm not sure what cruise altitude we'll go up to today, but we'll probably give it a whirl around about 30,000. Speed up to 250. That'll do us nicely. And I think everything is pretty much configured. We'll just increase the EFIS range so we can see our plan today. Down to the FMC. We've got a predefined view for that now, which is there. Excellent stuff. So, FMC, let's get this programmed in. Let's sort that rudder out because that's really getting on my nerves. That's fine, no problem at all. RTE, destination, origin. So our origin airport today is Mike Sierra 1 Alpha. Let's get that plumbed in. Mike Sierra 1 Alpha. Hopefully the FMC recognises that as Tamarin. No, not in database. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. MS1 Alpha. Try that again. MS1A. Origin. Not in database. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So what we're going to have to do now is just put the destination in now. I've never had to do this before where there's never been a departure airport, so bear with me a minute. So it's Mike Hotel Tango Golf. Mike Hotel Tango Golf. Let's put that in as the invalid entry. Mike Hotel Tango Golf. Invalid entry. What's going on? What is going on? Right, we'll just clear that. Clear absolutely everything. We'll start again. So, Mike Hotel Tango Golf is the airport ID. Mike Hotel Tango Golf. Invalid entry. Why is the FMC not accepting this flight plan? Well, it's looking like we're going to have to fly it manually, guys. This is totally different to the norm. Let's just check the map from the flight sim to see if the route's in there. Yeah, there's our flight. We'll just follow the route from flight sim map, and we'll do the arrival as it's suggesting. Yeah, it's even got the correct procedural arrival for the Gala 1. Sorry, bear with me, the Gala 1 Alpha for 02 at Toncontin International. Yeah, totally different, no flight plan involved today. We're just going to have to use a map as a route and do manual headings and altitude changes. Just gives us a bit more to do in the cockpit, but no problem at all. This is a part of the range of flights where we fly into the most dangerous approaches and runway landings in the world. Toncontin International is up there in the top 5. Never landed a plane on this runway before. Could be extremely challenging. The flight earlier today down in Nepal where we had a good look at Mount Everest and then landed into Paro, Bhutan, was very tricky indeed. We needed to do a go around but managed to do a butter landing on the second attempt. Let's see how we get on here at Toncontin International. Shouldn't take us too long to get there at all. There's only 100 nautical mile range there, about 150 miles away, so about 20 minutes or so I would say the flight today, half an hour. So without further ado, we've configured the PMDG the best that we can. There's nothing happening with the flight plan at all, so we'll just get rid of that completely, and we'll just go with it. We'll have to configure the aircraft manually. Okay, very quickly. Lovely clear day. This is real time, real weather for the region. So 10,000 feet, we'll program our heading now. So there we are. We need to be making a right turn after takeoff, so we'll set that to a heading of 360 degrees. The speed at 260, that's already 10,000 and climbing at 2,600. So we will fly with the autopilot on, but we will be doing manual heading changes all the way on the route until we get down to Toncontin International. Okay, let's just a few checks on views, etc. Very short runway here, it really is. Any way I can bring that aircraft back with slew mode? Bear with me a minute. Let's just try slew mode. Yeah, I can. Let me just bring the aircraft back a little bit with slew mode. It gives us more runway to take off from. Get rid of slew mode, and then we should be on the ground perfect like so, with all of the runway at our our leisure. Right, so we're in the SAS Bravens livery. I think it's Norwegian for today's flight, and we'll just double check the time and date. So live weather, real time selected. Current local time is 1:30. So without further ado, camera check, nose cam, fine, cockpit cam, okay, all good, left wing, right wing, over wing right, over wing left. We've dropped the flaps one more setting than usual as it's a short runway here, just so that we can get off the ground easily. There is the gear view with a twisted nose wheel, don't know why that is, not to worry. There is our captain's view and the FMC stroke PFD view. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to embark on this next daring adventure. And I am ready to go. Increasing the throttles, keeping the parking brake on for now, watching the engine levels rise. 40% N1, everything is good, stabilised, rising nicely, and throttle full power, parking brake deactivated and rolling. Come on, give us 80 knots. Come on. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Just through V2, positive rate. Gears coming up. Throttling back to 70% N1 as we climb out here. So no autopilot at all at the moment, so what we'll do is we'll jump into the aircraft. Just pull that view back ever so slightly so we can see the command for the autopilot. Autopilot's going in now, you'll see Commander A on the right hand side, that has gone to green. We want to click our heading select, which is set to 360, that will give us a slight right turn now, that's kicking in perfectly. VS mode is taking us up to 10,000 feet at 2,600 feet per minute, and we are on track heading direct Toncontin International. Okay, we'll auto throttles in, that's doing its thing. We'll just get rid of some of those flaps. Flaps up. So we have to check the map, and we're doing a flying with heading turns and altitude changes as there is no set flight routes going into the FMC. For some reason the FMC on the Boeing 737-600 Pmdg isn't accepting the airport IDs. So for those of you that are watching or have joined us late, we've just departed Tamarindo from runway 33 in the south of Honduras, on the south coast of Honduras in Central America, and we are doing some dangerous approach and landings on this phase of flights. Today going into Toncontin International in Honduras, one of the world's most dangerous approaches and landings. Let's see how we fare with that one, and that will be on following a track on a Gala 1 Alpha onto 02 down at Toncontin International. We're just going to have to refer to the map throughout the flight, bear with me please, 2 minutes, so that we can stick close to the route, and our route takes us off to the right now, so if we can do a manual heading change on that, I would say probably about, well, we'll sort it out, bear with me a minute, 2 seconds, we'll see us rejoining the track. Currently heading 360, and we'll make a right turn to say 050. That should bring us nicely in line with the track that the flight simulator route has given us. 16 minutes into the flight, just departed Tamarin in Honduras, climbing up to 10,000 feet. We are reaching now. Should get the audible tone. We'll get rid of the landing lights and the taxi lights for now, not required. And we'll take us up to a flight level of 260 for now. Flight level 260, climbing up through the levels, we'll go for 2,500 feet per minute on the vertical speed. There we go. Thank you very much indeed for joining me here. Tim's a pilot on twitch.tv, broadcasting live out of the UK right now. The YouTube channel where this video will be uploaded to later on. It is actually on the twitch.tv channel. I've figured out how to do that now, where it posts the video. So my friend, if you're watching, thank you so much for your advice. I followed it to the letter. I watched the YouTube video, and I'm now storing the videos that I broadcast live onto Twitch. So if you are a subscriber, you can go along and watch them there, but they also will be getting uploaded to YouTube after every flight, which is Jetstream TV. Thank you very much indeed for the follow and for coming along on the flights with me. So climbing up to 26,000 feet at 2,500 feet per minute right now. Hopefully we're following the track from the flight plan. Yeah, so we're kind of heading direct Galan now. We'll make another 10-degree turn, so we hit Galan pretty much precisely. With a, oh, that's the speed. Okay, so let's just do another 10, maybe 20-degree turn to 070 on the heading. That's taken us tracking right slightly now. Just double check all the flaps are up. Let's have a look outside the aircraft, see what we've got to see what views we've got today. The south coast of Honduras there that we leave that we're leaving behind as we head inland. Beautiful weather, perfect time of day for flying. This should be should give us excellent visibility. There's no cloud at all for the arrival into Toncontin International. Real world weather as well, guys, by the way, so the pilots that are going into there right now in reality is exactly the same setup. And as I say, it's not too far away at all, probably only about 100 nautical miles inbound now. We'll check the map very quickly. So there are all the little estuaries and little streams and rivers that you can see coming down to the ocean. Very interesting part of the world. Actually, I haven't done any flying in Central America. You can see we've got some high ground here now. So where it's yellow on the map, that is around Toncontin. It's looking like we don't have any weather on the way in, but you can see we're really not that far away at all. Just after Galan, hopefully we'll be at flight level 260 and we can begin a gradual descent down to Toncontin. We'll have to keep our eye on obviously any high ground that there is around the airport, which it's renowned for. That's why you need to do this huge loop on the RNAV arrival for runway 02. And if we zoom in on the map there, you can see again as we finish the arrival, it's a very, very quick sweeping left-hander down to the runway. Okay, heading direct Galan, absolutely perfect. Then we'll be making probably a 20 or 30 degree left-hand turn to keep on track for Tango Golf 050. Wonderful views, look at that. Little estuaries and the rivers running down into the Pacific Ocean, that'll be, won't it? Lovely. Simply lovely, as we like to do it here on Jetstream TV. It's great to have your company for the flight. Thank you very much. Yeah, so some mountains off to the left hand side now. You can see the terrain is slowly building. We've also got clouds off in the distance. Let's see what we've got off the nose of the aircraft. Yes, and isn't that just typical? We've got some weather and some cloud for the arrival into Toncontin International. Very, very clear though, very clear. Lovely, lovely flying conditions. Right, let's check where we are flight level wise. "21,000 feet in the climb now, up to 260, that's fine. We're at 260 knots. Everything is going well. Let's just check the map very quickly. And we should be reaching Galan right now. Yes, indeed we are. We'll make a 20-degree left turn now. Let's see where that takes us. And we're turning to flight level, heading of 050 degrees, maintaining 270 knots. Absolutely perfect. And 26,000, climbing through 22.8 at the moment, so almost at our assigned altitude for the flight today. 22 minutes into the stream. Tim's a pilot on twitch.tv and Jetstream TV. Thank you very much for your company. Let's check the map. I'm going to have to keep checking the map here for this, and the arrival is going to be quite tricky having to do this as well. So we're actually way off there. We need to turn left more. Let's just zoom out on the map. Yeah, we'll do another 20-degree turn to the left. To a heading of 030 degrees. And there we are at 260. Right, just going to check the altitude of Toncontin International here now for the arrival, just so I know exactly what we're dealing with. I know that Tamarin, our departure airport, was 100 feet above sea level. 3,260 feet, so we can't come down any lower than around about 5,500 really for the arrival. As I say, never flown into this airport before, so as you can see straight ahead right now, sorry, bear with me, we have high ground and we have clouds, making this rather tricky for the arrival. So let's descend down. Let's make our descent now down to, I'm going to go for 6,000 initially, and we'll deal with it from there. 6,000 feet in the box, set and running. Vertical speed, let's bring us down at a couple of thousand feet per minute. That should get us down there on time for that. We'll just reduce our speed, bring that down to 240 knots now. You'll notice the aircraft nose has dropped as we are configured now for coming into Toncontin. Let's check the map. Why is it at 3 nautical miles? It shouldn't be at 3 nautical miles. We're way off. Bear with me. We'll have to come down a bit quicker than that. We're almost there. Bear with me a minute. Okay, so as long as I'm following that track, I'll just have to keep going on the map and checking. But the aircraft's coming in pretty quickly, isn't it? So again, let's get this height reeled off. Get rid of the master caution. We don't need that. We'll come down at 3,000 feet per minute now. 3,500 feet actually. We'll throw some air brakes in. Slow us down a little bit for the arrival. Why is it not accepting the air brakes? Anyway, we'll worry about that in a minute. We're getting very close now. Yes, there is Toncontin below us. Let me just check the map here, because we may have to just manually hand fly the aircraft. Yeah, there's the airport. Yeah, so we really need to be coming down. I might just go for manual on this completely. In fact, I will do. Let's get rid of the autopilot. We're going to hand fly the thing. Autopilot's coming out. Auto throttle disengaged. Just double check that on the cockpit. Auto throttle is off. Right, we are hand flying the aircraft now, guys and girls, and I'm just going to bring the throttles back to idle. Yeah, we've got some manoeuvrement, we've got some movement there, that's fine. Okay, we really need to be coming down and avoiding this high ground. Hopefully we can nail it on the first approach. Let's just keep checking the map. Unfortunately, it's just something I'm going to have to do for this arrival. Okay, so we are way off to the left for now, so let's swing. That's probably okay, because that'll shave off some altitude. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Go back to the captain's view. So we'll head out towards them mountains, then we'll just bring it in slowly. We'll get some flaps in to help us slow down just a little bit as well now. Is the city of Toncontin below. Okay, we've got some flaps coming in. It's going to slow us down nicely. And some speed brake. That should be enough for now. Yeah, we're overspeeding. Of course we are. Put them speed brakes back in. Slow us down slightly. Just going to keep checking the map. There we go. Our speed's been shaved off. There's the airport. Now we need to be coming round more. Yeah, don't worry about the bank angle, it's all good. I think we've still got the speed brakes in there, haven't we? Yes, we have. Let's get rid of them for now. That's fine. There's quite a lot of high ground here, isn't there, on the arrival? It's rather a nice screenshot. I think we'll have that. Cheers. Okay. And we'll make a left turn, checking the map once again. Okay, we need to be following this line. Throttle is at idle right now. 29 minutes into the flight, guys and girls, coming up to the half an hour point. Thank you so much indeed for joining us here at Jetstream TV as we are on a manual approach now into Toncontin International in southern Honduras. One of the world's most difficult approaches and landings. Okay, we'll just level off there and we'll intercept the track on the map. It's okay, don't worry about the terrain, it's all good, I know what I'm doing. Okay, it's given us the warnings, that's fine. Visibility is great. Just keep checking that map. I'm going to have to keep looking out for the airport here because it's a constant turn down to the runway. I think it might be best to get the gear down right now, to be honest, and let's get that gear down. Gear's coming down. Okay, we're about to join the flight plan. So we should have another airport off to our right hand side there. Beautiful approach. How nice is Honduras? Look at the terrain. Fabulous. There is the airport, as you can see, just at the bottom of the map now, guys. Our throttle's coming back up to mid-level. Now that we've got the gear down, we've got a lot of drag going on. Should slow us down nicely for the approach though, so we need to just make sure we can stay above this high ground that we've got here now. Just give it some juice. Very tricky approach this. Just checking the map again. Need to be making left turns now. Very subtle changes. Just watching out for the terrain around us. Wow. That's a screenshot right there. You better believe it is. And we'll continue that left turn. Just quick reference in the map occasionally, every 20 seconds or so, so we can see what's going on. We're pretty much right on the track there, guys. Just turn it left a little bit more. 2500, check. Map check. There is the airport, guys. That's how close it is. We're basically just going to absolutely nail this. I've just got a feeling. Okay, so I'm straightening up now. Then it's a left-hand turn right at the very end. So I'll just keep skipping onto the map view there now. Right, rest of the flaps are coming out. Okay, fully configured for landing. I need to get a visual on this airfield. Oh, very close indeed now. Right, we're just going to be making a left-hand turn. Just look out for the water. It's just a turn just after that water off to our left. Hopefully we'll be able to get some kind of a visual. Is that the airfield over there? Let me just check the map again. That is the airfield right opposite. Yeah, that's fine. So we need a last minute late left-hand turn now. I think I've got my bearings. Yeah, I can see the beginning of the airfield. I'm going to take it out to this mountain here, and then a shift to the left should bring us in nicely for the approach.
2500.
Okay, I'm making a left turn as we hit this green hill just in front of us. There's the airfield. I'm making a left turn now.
Bank angle.
Never done this before, guys. This is pure guesswork, but I'm just going off the gut feeling right now. There's the airfield.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Okay, also brake is set.
Pull up.
We are going to get these threats of terrain.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
The brakes can come in. That should assist us, slow us down.
Pull up. Pull up. Sync rate. Sync rate.
And we are on the ground at Toncontin International, guys and girls. That was yeah, that was bum twitch central, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we are slowing down nicely. The auto brakes are working, and we will come off on this taxiway. Wow, heart in the mouth moment. That is a tricky approach. Wow, I'm actually sweating. Sweat pissing out from the brow of the forehead. Pardon the French, ladies and gents, but that is how you do the approach and landing at Toncontin International in central Honduras. One of the world's most difficult approaches and landings, and I can assure you that was twitchy bum central with the breath being held on arrival. Wow, that was really cool, and I'm definitely going to make a short on the YouTube channel for that landing because I just think that was precision. A little bit of a wobble on the steering just after landing, but nevertheless probably a little bit too quick as well on the approach. But that was yeah, quite pleased with that, definitely. 37 minutes into the stream. Next available taxiway, and we'll pull up and we'll do the usual drone fly around, and we will take this parking space right here to our right hand side. There we go, guys, at the terminal building here at Toncontin International. Fantastic stuff. Right, we'll jump into the drone view. That was a very, very rewarding experience, I'm not going to lie, guys. Lovely that was. And you get a real sense of achievement. Absolutely nailed on the landing there. Brilliant. So let's have a fly around, see what we can see here at Toncontin International. Oh, there's our bird. Beautiful haze coming off the back of the engine there. Very cool stuff. Lovely day here in Honduras. You see, we can switch the engines off. I think you've actually got to go into another view in order to do that. Bear with me a second. We'll just go to external. We'll do, yeah, there we go, engines off. They should spool down now. Let's just slow the speed of that drone camera down. It's a little bit too nippy for my liking. Let's just slow that drone speed down to about 26. That's fine. Yeah, we're not flying around too much there. Right, should be spooling down. Engines are off now. Rather a nice business jet there. It's great the way you can actually see right through the engine. If we look at the exhaust here now, you can tell the engines are off because there's no heat haze behind the engine. But if we zoom right into the engine, you can actually see the fan blades turning. There is a lot of high ground around the airport here. I can see now why it is classed as one of the most dangerous approaches in the world. A lot of high ground that you just don't actually realise it when you're in the aircraft, but when you're at ground level you can really see. You have to avoid them hills on the way in. Just look at where the end of the runway is there and that high ground that's above it. Unreal. Unreal. Hello mate, how's it going? All good? Good, good, good. I think he was waiting for us, wasn't he? Yeah, this guy was waiting for us. We've parked in the wrong place. Not to worry, he was out of view, hidden away, couldn't see him. One of them things. Oh, rather a large car park here. More hangars. More car parks. The fuel trucks, etc. Again, the detail very nice on this airport. Just unnecessary, isn't it? Really, really nice. Very well done. Detail on the buildings is exceptional. Very, very well done. Again, Asobo doing a cracking job. Like, is there any need just to have that there? None whatsoever. Nice attention to detail. Fabulous, fabulous detail. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, there we have it, guys. 02, that is the runway that we've just landed on, and yeah, that's the terrain that you're dealing with around the airport, all the way in. That big circle that we did round the back of that mountain, right the way into there, and then the sharp left hand turn for the arrival. Wonderful stuff. What an interesting part of the world. Well, that's it, number 2 of the dangerous approaches and landings. 2 done today, one in Nepal at Paro Airport in Bhutan in the Himalayas, and then this one at Toncontin International in central Honduras. Again, one of the world's trickiest and most difficult approaches and landings. Nailed today on Jetstream TV. So glad you could join us for the flight today, and there will be another video in this series, a live stream coming to you very soon. Maybe later this evening, possibly tomorrow, but yes, we will continue to fly the world's most dangerous approaches and landings into the most difficult airports in the world. Thanks once again, guys, for watching. I'll leave it there as we look back down the runway of 02 where we've just landed, and there will be a short for that final approach going up on YouTube later today. Thanks again for your company. If you get the opportunity, head over to YouTube, Jetstream TV channel, give us a like. It's always wonderful to read your comments, and it costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. Much appreciated. Your company has been fantastic again, and until the next time, we'll see you very soon from Jetstream TV. Thank you.